My son wanted to meet his dead mother, so I found a way. When my wife went into labor, we went to the hospital expecting it to be the best day of her lives. Instead, I left the hospital 3 days later, the single father of a newborn son, planning the funeral of the only woman I'd ever loved, and trying to get the image out of my head of her pleading with the doctors to help her as she bled out on the table. The day after the funeral, I deleted all the photos and videos I had of her, and even her voicemails. I couldn't stand to see her face or hear her voice knowing I'd never touch her again. I told myself it would help, that I didn't have time to dwell on the past and I needed to focus on our son. So I erased her and everything we built together by moving away and ghosting everyone in my life. Instead, I put all my attention into raising our son, Jeremy. It wasn't until Jeremy turned 10 that he really started asking about his mother, asking, what did her voice sound like? I opened my mouth to answer, and then realized that I wasn't even sure I remembered. I thought that deleting her was surviving, but all I was doing was teaching my son how to grieve by pretending the people we lost didn't matter. I've been regretting my decision to delete everything for years by that point, but now it was finally time to stop beating myself up about things I couldn't change and to try to make things right. I decided that no matter what it took, I was going to make sure my son knew his mother. I started with what I had: her name, her high school, her college, the address of the bookstore where she used to work. I reached out to everyone I could find, which meant a lot of apologizing to people I'd ghosted after the funeral. They all forgave me with so much grace. Her childhood best friend mailed me a DVD of their middle school talent show. Her college roommate sent scanned pages from their poetry class with little notes in the margins. Her advisor sent me an old recommendation letter he'd written for her graduate program. I cried reading it. She seized